And at the bottom, it says we are live. Now, if you have found this Hangout, and if you can access it, let me know. Let's find out. I would. And then look at the bottom here. At some point, it'll go. It'll show you there are 0 viewers. Hopefully, it'll go up to 1. Yeah. Now, later on. Now notice all three of you folks are found on YouTube. Now notice I can put you. So I'm going to get an offer. But what I'd like to suggest is that what we would do as another family, and you participate in that from wherever you are. Yeah, exactly. Question. Now, if you're looking at this, you're on YouTube, and here, if you're on the Google Plus, right, you can actually ask a question. So be prepared, Now, 1 second. Now again, you're getting the back, you're getting the behind the scenes look. Now, if I click here on this left-hand column and I click Q&A up here, I'm going to see your questions. All right. So we say, hey, let's select that. And we say, how is the weather at Twin Arrow? Right? So what, it's 80 degrees, 85 degrees today, sunny and beautiful blue skies. And then you say, you've answered the question, and you click done. Okay? And now your question has been answered. Now think of it this way. I mean, beyond that specific example, if someone is doing a Hangout of which you're interested or your students are interested, and they ask for questions, that's an excellent way that they can post a question that somebody else answers. Okay? If you're hosting your own event, and it could be in the classroom or in the community, if it's a straight video, it's a straight video. But if you want interaction, again, all of this is tailored. Whatever you want, you can put that Q&A app working and solicit questions, if that makes sense.
Not again to scare you folks.
Now, set up a little camera here. And there you are.
Lost.
Now, a bit lost. Now, notice, right now we have two cameras, one on my laptop and second on the smartphone. Okay. Now, ordinarily, this for me is the most boring piece of technology ever. Basically, I'm talking to myself. This is not how you use it. So you want to be able to connect people who are in different cities or in different countries, and they have their own camera, and that's how they participate. Right now, we have okay, access. Hangout allows you to have up 10 people on camera. Personally, I find that to be too much. I like to have like 5 or 6 people. The video I was showing earlier with Jerome, they were in different cities. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. We had a three-way chat. And it was a nice conversation about native innovation. So if you're working in a committee, let's say you're on a board or a committee or whatever research you're doing, it's very easy to connect 5, 6 people and have this conversation. Okay? As I said, that's a choice. Private conversation or right now having a public conversation here. Okay? No. One of the things we'll be doing either today or after the conference in terms of providing useful resources is sharing some of these with you. Has anyone used a site called SlideShare? No. Well, this is SlideShare, and this is the presentation, kind of as a background made for you. This is archived. It's basically a PowerPoint, and it's archived in SlideShare. Now, notice I can show you that there. If I go back to the Hangout, again, we're just looking at whatever they have. If I click this here, where you see the infinity screen, I can change that. I can change that to sharing another screen. I can share that to sharing another screen. Let's see if that is. So there we are. Oh, this is fun. Oh no. All right. So again, think of this for its own intrinsic value. Oh, Ron, you made a wonderful presentation. We just loved it. Or more likely, you see this as a template for other things you can do. Okay. So if we're sharing this on the Hangout, again, you're explaining to other people how this works. You're able to share the screens. And again, you can be on the same screen with someone else. That's what I think that's a great advantage of the Hangout, particularly over SlideShare, over Skype. If you have 4 people and you're looking at the same document, it's very handy to be able to say, hey, let's take a look at this page. Is this correct? Is this how we want to present this? So, here's the, as I say in this, as we say in this presentation, June 12th to 13th, I'm presenting this here. And then either late June or early July, whatever works best for people, we'll organize another hangout in the future and using this now with reliable internet and giving and having the link to go to. You have a choice. You can participate in this. If you, for whatever reasons, you don't have electricity, we have electrical shortages everywhere. If you just can't make it, the advantage of having a recorded hangout is that you can watch it later on. Right now, I've recorded something like 80 public hangouts. Again, most of my work is focusing on environmental and cultural conservation. So if you're interested, for example, in seeing how the indigenous Sami from Sweden incorporate tourism into their work, into their lives, if you're interested in stories about mining abuses in the Sami, I'd be happy to put you in touch with Anders Kerstedt, and you can watch the video conversations I've had with him. If you're interested in Mexico, I have tons of friends everywhere in Mexico, and we've recorded several of these hangouts, several of these conversations. So, that's the basic idea. And there was a comment posted on the SlideShare presentation that said, technologies allow us to know a little bit more about the world. If you want to know about your community, just step outside the door, talk to people. But if you want to know about the New Zealand Maori, or if you want to learn about the Paiute in Nevada, or if you want to get engaged with the Sami in Northern Europe, this technology is the best way to make those connections. So here's our calendar for June. If you look at the right-hand side, basically these are the people, these are the sites that I'm using: the Facebook, Flickr, Flipboard, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, Outbounding, Periscope, Pinterest, LiveShare, Solarify, TripAdvisor, Twitter, Wikipedia, Pages, WordPress, and YouTube. And again, the question is figuring out how to weave these different technologies together. Back on June 5th, we did a World Environment Day hangout. Again, I'm talking about this. And again, it's a good way to use it. Anyone familiar with Douglas Adams, who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe? But he basically, and I love this. It says, I've come up with a set of rules to describe our relationship to technology. See if it sounds familiar. Anything that is in the world when you're born is normal and ordinary. And it's just a natural part of the way the world works. Anything that's invented between 15 and 35 is new and exciting. Anything invented after you're 35 is against the natural order of things. When I was a kid, the technology in the 60s was that we had those Viewmasters. Remember Viewmaster, where you could have those little slides and you flick it? That was new. So all of this stuff is archived here. I can't stress enough this point that if we want to make use of the social web, you have to have repetition and you have to have redundancy. And this is both for yourselves as educators as well as students. To do it and to do it again and to do it again until it becomes natural. If you have a smartphone, to figure out, well, how do I use it? What are these apps? And then do it again, test it again. So as part of the Hangouts, as I say, it's really nice. We have the information in various languages. We're doing this Hangout today. You can log in. You can use your smartphone app. And the key here is that we get to avoid what I like calling the silence of the lambs. In other words, you have all of your information in one place. Where are the interactions? Where are the relationships? You know, it's great to have your brain in storage, but if you have your culture that you want to share, how do you do it? So all of that is there on the slide share, and it's a presentation that we're using what's called a wiki. Now, if anyone has volume, can you mute the volume? Thank you so much. Can't wait to see what the design of the next room is like. Let me ask you something. Has anyone used a wiki before? Has anyone consulted Wikipedia? Okay. I use a site, and if you have your Chromebook, you can search for wikispaces.com. The Wikispaces is a beautiful site that allows free access to teachers if you want to have a wiki of your own. I'm using a site called Planeta. Again, I'm sort of Mexican now, but I'm using planetawikispaces.com. And all of this information I'm putting here onto this site. And again, we're talking about embedding the information. If we have a hangout, a conversation with Jerome about native innovation, what do we do with it? It's nice, you know, I'm not expecting this to be as popular as, you know, the next Star Wars movie, but I am thinking that maybe 10 people, maybe 20 people would like to watch that conversation. So can we take the code from YouTube and put it onto a wiki? The answer is yes. So if we look here on the, let's see, if we look here at this page, you may want to take it. If you want to go to it directly, please do so. But it has all of that information there. So that, again, here's our video conversation, our hangout from last September. So is everyone able to log on right now? We have reliable connection. What I'd like you to do, is just reflect on all of this information overload. My apologies. Do you have any questions or comments? Okay. What we're showing you again is the way of the multiple options you have on Sage Level. We are back online, live. Again, I have a choice of questions. So I have to look at these questions. So here, we have a batch of comments from you folks. Thank you very much. What is for dinner? Select it. Does anyone know the dinner plans tonight? On you. Where can I find a site to learn how to navigate in computer and laptop? Practice, practice, practice. So you see how this works? I mean, you see how this works. So the other thing is I don't have access to it, that you would have access to what's called the +1. In other words, you can vote up certain questions. Okay. Lastly, let me just run through here. If you're chatting with different people, this is called the group chat. This is screen share. We've looked at that. This is the queue, and you can choose what you want to share. It can be a picture, it can be a website, anything that's on your computer, you can share. And again, think of where that makes sense. If you're giving a presentation with, if you're giving a presentation and you want to basically do a run through with people, you can share that presentation in a private video. If you're doing it in public, you can, again, share it that way. And again, I have 80 Hangout videos that have been recorded, and you can see how different people have used it. And again, what happens here is you hover on the left side and you get to see it. This is called the Hangout Toolbox, and it's a nice little toy in which if you're doing a conversation with, again, let's say 5 people, and you want people to be identified, you click this Hangout Toolbox, and you click the little human head in a circle, and you say, hey, here's my preset, and we're going to use that as basically a logo. And this is what it looks like. So this is here's the video of me, okay, but Ron Motter, planeta.com. Now again, personal vanity, I know who I am. I don't need that. But if you're talking to 5 or 6 people and you're recording it for a viewer that doesn't know who the participants are, it's a really fine tool to have there. So that's the Hangout, and that's a recorded Hangout. Let me show you the most important part. This is how you stop the broadcast. See the bottom at the bottom? See the red button at the bottom? So, all right, thank you very much.